Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So right now I'm going to try to solve some more tactics on chess.com, and I'm going to try to get to 1450 to 1500 depending on how much time I use on these puzzles. So let's try to solve them, shall we? So the first puzzle is this one. Black plays queen to e6. I'm thinking about playing bishop to c4, and he can play d5 after that. Then I'll just take d5, and after he moves his queen, I'll take on f7 with a check and a fork, and winning the rook on g8. I don't see anything else, so just double checking here. Yeah, I don't see anything else. So queen e5, alright. I'm just going to take and check. Yeah, problem solved. Okay. So next one. Knight to d6. So I could play something like bishop takes g6, pawn captures g6, queen captures g6, check. The only move is queen to g7, and then I take on g7, and after the king captures back on g7, I'll take on f2. And I'll have two rooks versus a knight and a bishop, and I think that should be winning. I'm also 2 pawns up there. And notice that if I don't do that, he might have a knight captures e4 check, forking my king and queen. And also, if I take on g6, he doesn't have that move, because after all, that bishop is still guarding e4. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. Alright, problem solved. And I was a bit worried about any particular checks with a fork, but I saw that immediately he didn't have any. Alright, next one. King captures h2. Okay. Is this a mate in 2? Queen h7 check. Bishop either h6 or h4, and then queen captures h6 or h4 mate. I don't think there's anything more than that, so let's do it. Yeah, problem solved. Okay, next one. Bishop to g7. Is this a man in 2? So knight e7 check. He has to capture somehow with his knight, then queen h7 mate, and if with the queen, queen h7 mate. So let's just do that. Problem solved. Alright, next one. Bishop captures e6. So I apparently just sacrificed my queen. So if bishop captures e6, king captures e6, knight g5 check, king captures e5, bishop g7 check, king d5 castling check, queen can come in between two. Okay, I don't think that's it. What about knight d6 checkmate? Alright, I think that's a mate, knight d6. I didn't see that at first because I was thinking too much about knight g5, but knight d6 is a mate. Yes, let's do that. Problem solved. Okay, next one. Knight d7, okay. I can capture the rook on a8. What happens after that? So queen captures a8, check, king c7, queen c6 check, or even rook c6 mate, isn't that? Rook c6 is mate, I think. So capture, there's only one move, king c7, this rook is guarding the e-file, and then rook c6. Yeah, that looks like a mate to me. Problem solved. Alright, next one. King g4, okay. So rook g2 check. King has to go to h4. And then g5 is mate. Okay. Problem solved. Next one. a5. This one almost looks tricky, but I think queen b5 is winning. So queen b5, let's say rook d6. No, queen b5 and then queen to d6. Let's say that instead. Yeah, but still, then queen a6 is with a check. So that doesn't work. So queen b5, rook d6, queen a6 check, king d8, and queen a8 is checkmate. So what about queen b5, knight d7? Then I still have queen a6 check, king b8, and then queen b7 mate. So let's do that. Did I miss something? No. I don't think so. Problem solved. Okay. h5. So rook 1 e6 check, king g5, rook g7 check, king f4, then rook e4. No, that's not checkmate. Bishop captures e4. Okay, rook 1 e6 check, king g5, rook g7 check. What about king h4? Well, in that case I have g3 mate. So king f4, maybe g3 still mate. Yeah, alright. So let's do that. Problem solved. Alright. e6. So I'm looking at queen h5 check, king e7, queen h5 check, king e7, bishop b4 check, c5, bishop captures c5 check, mate. Well, not checkmate, he has king f6. But then queen to g6 is mate. So yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, problem solved. Alright, next one. Bishop h1. Trying to mate me. So I can't play queen g3 because then it'll capture my rook on d3. And I have to pay immediate attention to that mate. So f3. Then I also win the bishop, don't I? So f3, rook captures d3, queen captures d3. Yeah. The bishop is trapped, and I don't see how we can follow up anything from there. And I don't see anything else. Alright, let's do that. Problem solved. Alright. Next one. Bishop captures f6. And another one of these. Alright, so I can capture on f6, of course, but then I also have queen to c3 check, in which he can't go to d1 due to mate on d2, so he has to go to b1. I'm so embarrassed about my coin. Oh, I can't take on c3. That's good to know. The bishop on f6 guards that square. Okie dokie. That's nice. So just knight captures f6. And if knight captures g6, then h captures g6, queen captures g6, king f8. I don't think he has anything there. And then I'm threatening queen to take c3 as well. So yeah, if I take there, take, check. And king f8, check with his rook. Knight captures. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay. Problem solved. Next one. e4. All right. So bishop captures c1. It looks the most promising to me because I'm also threatening rook captures h5. So take on c1. If the queen captures, rook captures h5. So queen or rook captures either rook. I'll capture back on h5. And if he takes here with his rook, I'll just capture back with my knight. Yeah, I don't see how he's going to stop that from happening. So I'm just going to do this. Problem solved. Alright. Next one. Rook f8. Okay. Mate in 1. Alright. Queen h4. Silly mate. Bishop h3. So rook b8, queen a6, knight b4 is threatening to play knight to c2, forking the king and the rook. So rook b8, queen a6, knight b4. The queen has only a5, I believe. We're capturing on a7. And either way, I can play knight to c2 check afterwards. Let's do that. Problem solved. Okay, next one. Bishop captures d7 check. Now, do I take with the king or the queen? Probably the king, because if I take with the queen, then I don't have another supporter of the c2 pawn. So then queen takes d7, then you can play queen c3 for instance, and I'll gain a pawn, but I want to gain more, so king captures d7 should be correct. And then I'll just take here. I'll just take. Problem solved. Okay. Next one. Knight captures b4. I'm thinking knight f5 straight away. Knight f5 check. Only move is e captures f5, then rook h to e1 check. Knight to e5. Rook captures e5 is still a mate. Okay, let's do that. Problem solved. Alright. Pawn to d5. Alright. Rook f3 just looks really winning. And you can probably take on c4. But that doesn't matter. I have bishop captures f6 check, winning the queen, and if it takes on d3 after I take the queen, then I take his rook on c7. And I don't see how he's going to follow up after that, after rook f3. He doesn't have any other piece to defend f6, and he can't move f6 from that square. Alright, that's just, yeah. Problem solved. Okay. Queen captures c5. Okay, rook a5 looks really good. Rook a5. If the queen moves anywhere, I'll just take on f5, because the queen can't really defend f5, and then after g captures f5, I have rook d3 check, or even checkmate, depends on where the queen goes. It doesn't depend. He has to give away his queen, so that's just winning. Really? Okay, I'm just going to take. Problem solved. Alright. Queen d6 check. So do I play bishop to f4, or do I play something else? Like f4. I mean, I can't play king h3. That leads to a mate, I think, after queen h2. And king h4, I believe, leads to a mate as well. So bishop f4 looks like the only move. But f4 also comes to mind, but after f4, yeah, after bishop f4, then h4 might be a concern. And after the king has to move to f3, only move, then, well, he has several options there actually. He can play knight h2, or he can play bishop to d5. So f4 seems like the more obvious choice here. No, really? Huh. Okay, let's try that again. Then it has to be bishop f4. Yeah. I thought this was... Are you kidding me? Can I take and then take? Queen captures d5, queen captures d5, and then king captures g4. No, not that either. Alright. But why? Oh my. After the queen captures an f4, then I have queen captures d5. Check. And then I have queen f3 after that. But I wonder what happens to knight to h2 in this position. Bishop captures h2, yeah. Alright, so I didn't follow up the calculation there at all. Alright, next one. It's alright. I can deal with that. Okay, rook c4. Problem solved. Alright. Queen captures h2, king captures h2, rook h5 mate. Thank you very much. Finally some easy ones. Next one. Rook captures f2. So rook e2. Yeah, rook e8, rook to e8, check. Rook has to come back, and then rook captures f8. Check. There, check. Takes. Then check. Here, check. Yeah, alright, let's just do that. Or can I do it faster with queen d5? I don't think so. Really? Okay. Why? Oh yeah, it would be faster. Well, obviously it is, but I thought that after this rook on f2 moved to f7, I thought that I couldn't take on f7, but I can because this rook is pinned. So that's just it. I was a bit too fast there. Alright, next one. Bishop g7. That bishop on b1 looks really good. What is going on? So bishop captures g7, rook e6. Seems to win a piece. I have to take here first. Wait a minute. Yeah, take here first, then take here. So that one was a bit fun because after I take, and he takes back. If I take on g6, b6, oh my god, then he can capture on b1. Knight captures b1, and then rook to e1 check, and actually the material would be even, and he would even be up one pawn. Knight e4. Very interesting, yes. What happens after queen e6 check? Then rook f7 or king h8. Then d captures e4. Let's just do that. Problemo solvado. takes, check. Yeah. Problem solved. Next one. King f4. So this is an endgame. I like endgames. At least to find the right moves in endgames. I'm not that good at endgames though. Although I did study them in the book of the, I don't remember his name, but a French author and coach who wrote From Amateur to IM, I think the name is. And I went through all that book in, I believe, 1 month. I think I used about a month on that, and I think that I will try to go through it again, because there's a lot of material in there that has to be studied quite extensively to actually fully understand. But okay, King f4. If I capture on e3, king captures e3, then bishop d5, and I believe I'm winning because I can play king captures h. Can I though? I can't do that. Okay, so d captures e3, king captures e3, bishop to d5. Bishop to d5, yeah. And then he has to move his pawn, then he loses. And if he moves his king, let's say to d4, then I can play bishop to c6. And if he plays f6 after that, king g6, king e5, then I can play e3. Yeah, I think that's winning. It looks winning. So d captures e3, king captures e3, bishop d5, king d4 or f6. If f6, then king g6, so probably king d4, bishop c6. You can play king e5 immediately, but then I have e3. So probably f6. Yeah, it looks winning. Problem solved. Okay, next one. Knight b to d2. There's a lot of pieces there. A lot of pieces. So what if I play knight c3? The queen has only one move, queen e1, if he doesn't want to lose the queen, and then knight captures d3. It looks really promising. He can throw in bishop b5 check, but I'll just take that with my pawn. Yeah, okay. Problem solved. Okay. Next one. Knight captures g4. Bishop b6 looks so good though, but after queen c3, what am I doing then? After queen c3, then I have rook b3. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do that. Problem solved. Next one. Queen a2, alright. A lot of pawns are coming off the board. I have to be very careful here. Or as they say in Norwegian, veldig forsiktig. Said with literally the worst pronunciation ever. If Norwegian even have a pronunciation that sounds good. It sounds more like someone is singing all the time. It goes like this actually. That's how Norwegians sound. It's kind of funny. Oh my. G5. Is that a move? Rook h1 is a move. Rook h1 is a really good move, it looks. Rook h1, what can he do? Queen captures f2. I don't know. Yeah, rook h1 just seems to be winning. Problem solved, okay. Just 1 point from that. I should have seen that way faster. Huh. Rook a e8. So am I supposed to play e4 here? Looks like a good move. e4, threatening bishop d4. So e4, if knight captures bishop d4, if bishop captures still knight d4, and if the queen moves, then I'll take on f3. But what if he just plays queen e2? So e4, queen e2. Huh. Then bishop d4 check, king h1. What happens after queen e2? Because I don't feel like I can capture on f3. If I capture on f3, then queen captures e8, rook captures e8, rook captures e8, king g7. If my bishop has played to d4 with a check, then it's two rooks and a knight versus a bishop and a queen. But the pawn on f3 is showing some promise. Okay, I'm gonna go for that. Really? Bishop g2. That's not what I was worried about. Okay. I want to take a look at the queen move, queen e2. e4, yeah. Queen e2, what happens there? Bishop d4 check, yes. And then king h1, probably. E captures f3. Okay, so this is just minus 1.77. Minus 2.22. Okay. But I don't really think that the other line was better. Like, you should see the motive. But after that, it just pops up to maybe even 5. Minus 5. I would, maybe not, but minus 4.35. And that's too bad. Because the line I was worried about was this line. And I think that this, I think this is much better for white, and I think he can actually manage this to some extent, and maybe if he's lucky, draw the game. But yeah, this was not what he played, so let's move on. So this might be the last puzzle. Okay, Queen f3, threatening a really bad mate on h1. So what can I do to stop that? I have Queen c2 check. Then after the king moves, I can take on c1. The queen moves to d1. And then I capture on d1. King captures d1. Rook b1 check. The king has to move up to the d2, e2, or c2, and then rook captures g1. And rook captures g1, king captures g1, but then the c pawn is promoting, so I can't do that either. Okay. Queen c2 check, king e1. Queen captures c1 check, king d1, queen d1. Yeah, I don't see it, and that's why I play the moves, because I don't see it. But this is, yeah, this is winning. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Okay, we got that one right. We're above 1500, but I'd say we go for one last puzzle, just for the fun. Alright, so the last one now. Rook f8. So f3 looks like it's mating. And I don't see any other good move, like let's say rook h3 check, knight captures h3, rook captures h5 check, king captures g4. That's a critical square, g4. I have to protect that one. And the same happens to rook captures h5 check, knight captures h5, rook h3 check, king captures g4. So f3 looks like the only winning move. And problem solved. Okay. So we managed to do some tactics and solve most of them. I think I lost 2 or 3. It's actually quite nice to not get everyone right, because then you're kind of on your tippy toes, just trying to solve most accurately and the best as you can. Do the best you can. Of course, you should always do that, but like sometimes when I solve these, I just tend to look for the first best move that I see and then just go through with it. And that's what many people do, I believe. And yeah, as I said, I do it myself. And that might not be the case that it's the best move. But I like this. I like this very much. So now we're at 1510 and we're going to try to get to 17 or 1800 until Saturday. So then we will, or I will, do a shot of vodka for every single puzzle that I fail at. So that should be interesting. Or should I haven't made up my mind yet, because I can also make the rules that for every problem that I actually do solve, I have to take 1 shot of vodka. But that would like really fuck me up. Sorry about the language. But that, I would be too drunk to actually do anything after that, I think. Maybe I would even have to go to the hospital. I'm sorry, guys. I think I will stick with the plan of taking one shot or one beer after each puzzle that I fail at. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, please leave a comment or subscribe. Okay guys, bye.